Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. We're digressing again today. Yesterday I got my surprise creation die haul, my design team haul, and I also got my new designs. So I'm going to go straight in with those today, and I've got 1.5 samples and I'll show you those at the end. And then what I'm going to do on Friday is come back with some more samples, and then there's a few items that are going to require tutorials, so I'll go into those next week. So first up we have A2 and A5 frames. I'll move this bag, everything came in that bag. And we have the decal edge, or the torn edge as they call them, in the rectangles, and we have the straight edge, and I'm going to quickly measure those for you. And cut line to cut line on that one is 7 inches by 5 inches, and then that's 5 by 7 again, and then this one cut line to cut line is 5 3/4 and 8 1/4. So those are great sizes. So those are the surprise creation dies, and now we're going into my designs. Now this one is a 4 3/4 loopy stitch circle. It will cut out a whole circle, and then you've got another die that you can layer up on top. There are 3 flowers, you've got the little center, and you've got 2 little leaves which go off in opposite directions so that you can create a little wreath or just put a sentiment with a few flowers underneath. So that is the first one, and I'll probably do this one up for tomorrow. The next set is my sewing set, and you get a pair of working scissors. You get a needle card. What you do is you die cut this, you fold it in half, and then this little piece here is the needle holder, which you stick to one half. You cut your needles and they'll thread into the needle holder, and you can close your little needle book so that you've got some great dimension on your card. You've also got a cotton bobbin or reel, and you've also got a button card which is a matching design to the needle there, and you can also use it as a tag because it's got a little hole up top. But I will also do this one tomorrow. Next up is a fan, and if I measure this, it's 4 3/4 inches across, and it's layered so that you've got a layering piece that you can cut in either sort of like lacy. If you've got a doily or something like that, you can lay that onto your doily and then layer it onto your solid back. This will cut out a solid piece, and then all your little fan bar apertures there, and you've also got a little heart-shaped hole where you can hang your tassel. So that's that one. Next up is a daisy chain, and this cuts out all in one strip so that you can pop it underneath a sentiment or build a frame around a square or rectangle. And then you've got 2 more little flowers so that you can cut them in different colours and layer them up. And I'll measure that one. That is 5 inches long. My next design is a double bubble frame which cuts out a whole piece, and then you get a square that cuts out a whole piece and a circle that cuts out a whole piece for layering up. I really love things like this, and for me they're kind of like multi-use. I mean, they make you think about water, but it's also a great background for Christmas. If you do it in pale blue and silver or white, you've got like little snow flurries. instead of little water bubbles. There's all sorts of things you can do with it. You can fill it with your little gemstones or glitter, your stickles. You can just do lots and lots of different things. You can dot a different coloured little sequin into each of those holes and just make a really pretty panel. And that one is 5 inches square. My throat is absolutely terrible this week. This next one had, I think, a lot of people confused. But if I pull that section out, and it is well fixed down, this is a postcard. So that is your postcard to put over whatever scrapbook paper or plain cardstock that you want to, so that you can stamp and do your colouring there. And then these are your stamps. And the idea behind these is that, of course, if I flip it over, you can have a stamp of 1 and 4 for Valentine's Day, and you can have a lovely Valentine image on your postcard, or 31 there, and you've got your stamps for your Halloween card, or 25 for Christmas, or 4, and the little star there for the 4th of July, just so that you can create your own little postcards with stamps. But as I say, I am coming back with some samples tomorrow, and all next week will be dedicated to making them up. And the next one that I have for you, this one, I was actually asked to design this, and if you like ATCs and ATC coins, then this is your all-in-one, and I'm going to explain it. This is the size of an ATC. And then you've got layering pieces so that you can layer your ATC. So you no longer have to, you know, sort of like get the guillotine out and do all sorts of fiddly measurements. You can stack your ATC in 3 layers using these dies. And then this one here, that is your ATC coin. That is the full size of an ATC coin. These are all correct sizes for your ATCs. But it doesn't stop there, because one of the things about ATC coins and ATC cards is the storage of them. So with this, you can actually place this, if I scribble those out of the way, inside here, and you can cut to create a panel. Only this section will cut out, and you'll be able to slot your coin into those little curved cutaways there, and then mount it here, because this folds in half and becomes a folder. So it becomes storage folder for your ATC coin if you use those pieces, or if you take that away, it becomes a storage folder for your ATC cards. So this is incredibly useful if you like to swap and make smaller items. So the person who asked me to design this, I just think it's wonderful, and I'm going to be making this up next week. And this little oval piece is your tag, so that you can put whatever words you want on there, or stamp on there, or pop an image or an embellishment, and that just layers then into the edge of your folder so that you've got some dimension. I mean, it might be that you just want to sort of like do some vintage numbering or something, so that all of your folders are numbered and you can pop them into a little library box or something. So that's the full ATC set. And these are a silly price. I have to tell you, I looked at the Surprise Creation website and I just couldn't believe that all of this stuff is the price that it is. The next set is the Patchwork set. And here you've got 6 shapes, and they're all different sizes. They're meant to fit onto cards, or for scrapbook layouts, or for making tags or little ornaments. You can cut felt and stitch them together if you want to. But that one is perfect for a sentiment, or perfect for stripes to go with a star for the 4th of July. And then you've just got other little elements that you can layer up on cards and sentiment type things again. So that is your Patchwork set. and that's a great size. And if I measure the largest rectangle there, it's 3.5 inches by, ooh, let's have a look. Cut line is 2 inches, and then your sentiment type strip is 4.75 inches long. So that's another gorgeous set. I have to say that I designed them. And then next up, I've got the samples to share with these, and these are my Swiss cheese dies. And I said to you the other day that I'd bought a mouse, and I showed you that I think yesterday, to go with this set. And these letters cut out separately, but the say cuts out all as one. And the reason for that is because I thought I might want to sort of, because say cheese is such a comical thing, it's, you know, when someone's smiling and laughing, that I might want to rearrange my cheese around the pieces of cheese, or do you know what I mean? Sort of like squiggle and wiggle it wherever I wanted to. So those cut out separately, but that is a whole. And the largest piece of Swiss cheese, I think, is the circle at 2.5 inches diameter. But then I think if I go here and into the angle, this one's 3 inches high. So I'll show you my sample. And there it is. Look at my little mouse. Doesn't it look all forlorn? It must be celebrating a very old birthday. That's all I can say. And clearly it doesn't want to smile, which is why I chose it, because I just thought it was really funny. But there's the Swiss cheese just cut out in plain yellow cardstock there from Joanne. And there's the words, but I could have like dropped those down and followed around the circle, which is why I wanted these to be separate. So I hope you like that little sample. And then my next one that I want to show you is my star builder. Now this has everybody confused as well. And basically it's a star builder because you cut 5. Now you can see there's a score line all the way down and across, which is where you fold, and you fold on this edge as well. I am going to do a full tutorial on this next week. And then as you fold the pieces up, then you've got other layering pieces inside, and these will make little cards or photo mats that you can slot. And then you've got stars and hearts because it's nice for decoration, and also because they don't like to waste material within the die. And then you've got a little sentiment banner or strip, and I can show you what I've done. If I just scoot these out of the way to get a bit of space, this is what it looks like when you connect 5 together, which is why it's called the Star Builder. And if I can, what I've actually done here is I've used cardstock, which is really, really old. And one of the things that happens in Florida is that it doesn't always love you, if you know what I mean, for using old paper, because the humidity and everything gets into there. But it will fold out into a star shape, and I'm going to use better quality paper next week. But what also happens is you can fold it flat. Now what I've just shown you in the die is these pieces, and these will cut the layering pieces that sit on top so that you can decorate. And then you've got the extra dies which will cut a sort of like mat and layer for your photo or your little cards that you want to pop in, and they slot in there so that you can store everything within the folds and the shape. And as I say, I know people were confused by it, and I don't want anyone to be confused by it, so I'm going to do a tutorial. But you can fold through it, and can you see that? So you can stand it up as a star, or you can just use it as a book. And when it's folded out like that, I'm pretty sure it's 8 inches. No, it's not. It's 6.75 inches, so it doesn't take up as much space as I thought. And just over 3.5 inches. So it just makes a great little book. You can put a tie onto it. You can do anything that you want. But as I say, with better quality cardstock, you stand it up and it does look like a star, which is why I called it the Star Builder. So there you have another little useful thing that you can stuff full of everything. And once you've got all the folds in properly, which of course I haven't, you can put a tie on it and it will all stay together like a little book. Now you don't have to connect it, you can leave it so that you just concertina the whole thing into a mini album and it will pull out as one long strip. However many you decide to connect together is how long your strip will be. So that one is the Star Builder. Right, so I've shown you all of those things, and on my mouse card I forgot to say that I use the double stitched frames, and I'm going to be back tomorrow. And once again, please excuse my throat. I don't know why it's so sore at the moment. And there's my little mouse looking happy and sad, I think. He just makes me smile. Right, I will see you tomorrow with samples. You have a wonderful day. As usual, all links below. Bye.